What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new gaming video. Today I'm going to be talking about the Collective Minds Strike Pack, what's it even called? Collective Minds Strike Pack F.P.S Dominator controller mod. Has a long name. This is for the PS4 and so far I've been loving it, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So starting off with the physical look of it, I think it looks pretty great. It's pretty minimal and it just hooks right into your controller. Then it has some LED lights on the back to let you know if it's in tournament mode or mod mode, which I think is pretty cool. White is tournament mode and then blue is the other mode, which is mod mode. The feel of it in your hands is also pretty great. I can't really make the comparison to a SCUF controller, but I'd assume it feels pretty good. It has just the two paddles. Your fingers rest perfectly on it. There's no stress. There's no reaching your fingers to get somewhere. It's just, it feels like it should have always been on the controller. It just feels something that should have always been there. So the two actual paddles are actually on magnets. So if you ever need to take them off and replace them or take them off and get them customized or do something like that, you can always do that. So they just literally pop right off, but they're a strong enough magnet so when it goes back into place, if you're clicking them, playing hard, they will never come off. As far as actually holding the controller goes, I kind of had a little bit of trouble at first because I was trying to use my ring fingers to hold the paddles, and because that's just kind of what naturally, like, I kind of grabbed onto the controller and started doing. But then I found that my middle fingers were like really crammed on the back. So then I made the transition to actually using the paddles with my middle fingers and then having my index fingers on the triggers where they normally would be, but just putting my middle fingers on the triggers, and it feels so much better. So if you currently have that and are struggling with that, or you're planning on ordering, just remember to do what's comfortable. I figured out this is most comfortable for me. So all the programming and the setup is actually really easy for this thing. All you have to do to set it up is literally read the instructions. One downfall, which it doesn't even really matter, is that to use the mod, it actually always has to be plugged in straight to your PS4. But good thing they include a very long, I believe like 10 to 12 foot micro USB cable that plugs right into the mod pack, and then that way you never have to charge your controller either. It just charges, it powers the mod pack while charging your controller at the same time. So that's something. So mapping the buttons is very simple. All you have to do is, there's these little buttons on the back where you press them. You hold the whatever button, say you want to map the left paddle, you hold the left button on the back, and then if you want to map it to jump, which is what I have it on, you just click X and then you let go and then it's mapped. And then that one will, every time you click it, it does the same thing X would do. And so then my right one, all you have to do is click it or hold it and then click circle, which would be to build. And then this one will always bring up your building, which is pretty nice. And not only will it bring up your building, but it will act in every single way that circle does. So you hold it to edit stuff, you let go and it'll edit it. Same thing as what circle would do. So what I found is best for me, and what I've looked like most people that play Fortnite on a SCUF use, is right pad or left paddle is to jump and right paddle is to start the build. Like I just said, it works. Like, I think that's the best possible setup. You're getting the most because those are two things that you do a lot in Fortnite. Now if you're not buying this for Fortnite but you're gonna use it for Call of Duty, I mean, you can look up, there's so much stuff on this thing for Call of Duty. You'll just have to, when you buy it, just read the instructions. There's so much stuff, different mods, different jitter mods, different trigger stuff. I can go on and on about that. But I don't really play Call of Duty that much anymore, so I've been using it for Fortnite, and that's what works best for Fortnite. So one really good thing about having this left paddle mapped as jump is that so before, every single time while you were running around or doing whatever, you'd run, you'd have to click X, then spin, then click X and spin. You'd have to let your thumb off this right analog stick, which is what this thing kind of prevents you doing. So now every time you can look around while jumping. You can, in a shotgun battle, especially close range, this thing like will make you improve so much, because you can jump, spin, and shoot at the same time. While before you'd have to jump and then spin, which just makes everything a little bit slower and kind of choppy. This just allows you to jump and move at the same exact time. You can do whatever you need to do, jump, shoot, whatever you need to do. And it works amazingly well for that. And if you have the right one that has build, jump, build, get a wall down, so quick, so fast. Because a lot of times just that one bullet can be the decider. So if you get that one wall down, break or block that bullet, then a lot of times that's a game saver. And I actually have turned down my sensitivity a little bit, because before you needed to be able to spin around fast because you click this and then you had to spin around quick. But now that you can do both at the same time, you don't really need to spin around and do all that as fast. So to be more accurate with like shotguns and stuff, I actually turned down my sensitivity, which I found has helped me a lot also. So the sensitivity I'm running right now is 7 on the X and then 6 on the Y, just so I can go for headshots a little bit easier. And then I don't even know what the targeting, sensitivity, all that's just default. I do have to let you guys know that with this mod pack comes a very rough learning curve, but it'll be the same exact thing as if you were to get a scuff. It's really rough. I didn't completely get it down for about 2 weeks, I'd say. And I play like a lot, especially during the summer right now. I have literally nothing else to do. So I've been playing this game a lot. And so I've been playing at least a couple hours a day, some days more than that. And it's taken me a full 2 weeks to actually get used to it. At least the first couple days, it's going to be really rough, because you're always, like, if you've been playing this game for a while, you're just going to go back to what's natural, especially when you get in fights and stuff. But I would force myself, this is how I did it, I'd force myself to not move my thumbs off the analog stick, because that's what would get me every single time. So I forced myself to leave them on the analog stick unless I needed to click square or triangle. Just square or triangle. Otherwise I would not let myself click X or circle, because those are what these are for. And so once you get it down after a little bit, it's so worth it. You improve a lot. I went from my highest solo game being about 10, I believe, to 14 just the other day. And not even that long after I got it, maybe a week after I got it, I dropped an 11 kill solo squad game, which before, like, that stuff would never happen. So really, if you've been wanting something like a scuff or anything like that, but you just don't want to spend the $200 or insane price that they price their stuff at, if you would not like to spend that, this, as far as I know, does the same exact thing. The only thing that I know that scuff does that I would like is they have trigger stoppers, so you don't have to pull the trigger all the way down. You only have to go like half down, which would be cool, but I don't really think that's worth an extra $160, because this thing is on Amazon right now for 37 bucks. It's so worth it. I recommend it to every single person that I play with, and my little cousin actually just ordered his. So if you did just get it, or if you're planning on getting it, and let me know what you guys think of it when you get it or after getting used to it for a little while, because at first I was like, dude, I'm not playing with this. I suck with this. Like, I just want to win games and stuff, but it's very worth it in the end. So yeah, that'll be the end of this one. Drop a like. Drop any questions you guys have in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.